What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with Ready to Love, Season 11, Episode 2, Second Chance Mixer. Before I start, y'all make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Y'all make sure you like the video so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? All right. So, I actually enjoyed what they did this second episode. When I tell y'all, Will Packard and them had probably been listening to the people. Not me, but just listening to people and maybe on Twitter, because they've done something totally different. So the episode picks up with the four at the bottom, and Tommy lets them know that they're going to stay, but they will meet at the second mixer, which is the next day. No, it was the same day. They just had to stay. So Tommy lets the group know 3 men. Oh no, I think it was the next day, y'all. It was the next day. So Tommy lets the group know that 3 men and 3 women will join the second chance mixer. Those are the people who need a second chance because they may have not brought their A game in with the first impression. People nervous. People get nervous. Shout out to Cardi. Okay, he was extremely nervous. Okay, but 2 people will go home. 1 man, 1 female. All right, 1 male, 1 woman. Sorry. So Cardi talks to Dominique, and I think it was just nervous once again, or was it Dominique? I want to say I got that so wrong, but he seemed like he was nervous. I don't know if it was Diamond or Dominique. My apologies, y'all, but whoever he was talking to, he seemed nervous. And I don't think he have a hard time talking to people. I think sometimes when you first meet some people, sometimes there are people out there when you first meet them, it's hard because you don't know what to say, or you're thinking too much into it and you don't want to say nothing wrong, but Cardi seemed like a really nice guy. Okay? So Nicole is going back. She's talking to Eddie. Y'all know she had the crush on Eddie since college. And she just gets like a giggly little girl, that's what she said. When she talks to Eddie. Eddie says that Nicole has always been the homie, but he's seeing something different. I call cap. I really do. I think that he just don't see Nicole that way, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think that Nicole is Eddie's speed. We'll see though down the line, but right now that's not what he's seeing. I don't know. He just don't seem interested. He just doesn't. So Ashanti doesn't know if she's ready to open up to strangers, and I understand that because I'm just meeting y'all today. Now, I don't know if she was closed off, like you can see her energy, and her energy was closed off. You can talk to people and get to know people, but you don't have to be so personable with them because we're just meeting each other for the first time. So, yeah. Tommy comes in and he wants to know who needs to go to the second chance mixer. So the ladies felt like Chris, Cardi, Bello, and Xavier needs to go to the mixer. And so the guys felt like Diamond, Christina, Antoinette, Shannon, Donna, and Ashanti. Christina Ina. That's what I've been meaning to call that lady, Christina Ina. So Tommy calls the people to the carpet, and Cardi, Chris, and Xavier has to come to the carpet. Diamond, Christina Ina, and Ashanti has to come to the carpet. So we find out those 6 will join the other 4 from earlier elimination process, and they will head to the second chance mixer. So it's going to be those 10 people mixing it up and figuring it out. And I actually love this dynamic. I was not mad at this, okay? It makes me excited to see what they're going to do next. Instead of doing the same thing they've been doing. And I think we all as viewers kind of got tired and burnt out on that. I know I have. All right. So we get to the second chance mixer, and it's Ashanti, Cardi, Xavier, Richie, Diamond. I called the lady Emma, but I think her name was, what was her? Emily. Her name was Emily. Christina, Ina, Chris, Devon, and Dominique. All right. So Richie walks over to Dominique, and he was like, "How y'all doing?" And just looks over to Dominique and said, "You need to smile more." And then in comes Tommy, and y'all know Dominique already felt the way because her and Emily ain't really chummy with Richie. And so for me, I just kind of felt like there were people there who felt like they shouldn't have been at the second chance mixer. Their energy gave, I'm above this. I don't know why I'm here, but they begin to loosen up. It was just a few people that to me gave that energy. All right. Cardi and Dominique, they're clicking. Okay, Richie and Ashanti have a conversation, but Emily and Xavier, he admits to Emily that, he's been too busy to date, which is why he's single. Emily said that is a red flag, and she left and went to go talk to somebody else. She was like, "Well, excuse me, it's time. I just need to go mix and mingle with somebody else." Because Emily feels like, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who feels like I have to come next to work. So I get it, and they get in a group and they talk. Richie tells the women that he has, like, I have 1,000 female friends. Even though he was exaggerating, he wasn't exaggerating. He have a lot of female friends. He is a tattoo artist. And he's cute. Okay? He's a cute guy. And he looks extremely young. So it is what it is. But you can't be coming on these people's show and they're and you friendly. This is to date. That's what what's his name? The one with the locks from last season. He got with the girl who was naked with her. They got together. I forgot their names. Anyway, he didn't think that this process was real. Sir, why are you here? Richie, yeah, I don't think he was ready for love anyway. So Devon and Dominique, Devon really came, showed up and showed out. He turned his swag on, la da 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 da. Sorry, and the ladies enjoyed him. He was talking to this girl, that girl. I was like, So Emily said Tommy comes, asked the ladies, no, this was before he came. Emily said that Cardi stood out and he looked good and they had great energy together. So Tommy showed up and we find out the men who actually stepped up was Cardi, Devon, and Richie. And the ones who didn't step up was Richie, Chris, and Xavier. Okay? So Xavier was like, I know I ain't getting eliminated. You sure? Okay? And so Tommy calls Richie and Xavier down to the floor. And we see that Richie was eliminated. So, I hate that for him. But anyway, Tommy said, I'm going to leave and I'll be back because they have to eliminate one of the ladies. So Devon thinks that Ashanti was standoffish. Diamond and Xavier, to me, are not connecting. Devon and Dominique, they have a cute connection. He's really smitten by her. And he tried to go in for a kiss. Sir, why you trying to put your crusty, musty lips on this lady? You don't even know her like that. You ain't even take this lady out to get a piece of burger and you think you finna put your lips on her? Oh, sir, no. You probably have H1N1, okay? Try it again. You cute, but you ain't that cute, okay? So, Diamond talks with Chris and Christina comes over and was like, can I borrow him? And Diamond was like, no, I just need 2 more minutes. And so, because Chris must have smelled really good, Christina just enjoys the smell. So she sniffed on him as if she was in a Gain commercial. Okay? Took another sniff and she walked off. And it's always Diamond's facial expression that says a lot. Ma'am, you're going to have to work on your facial expression. You know, you just have to work on your facial expression. Anyway, Dominique walks over and she said 3 is going to be a crowd today. Okay, she goes over there, sits on the couch, and the face, once again, that Diamond has made, like, how dare you sit right here next to me? And I'm looking at Diamond like, ma'am, this is a dating show. You know, I don't know, sister girl, this is a dating show, okay? So, Tommy walks back in, and while he's walking in, Christina asks Devon, can I sniff you? Again, ma'am, you are not on a Gain commercial. So he was like, yeah, I smell a little fresh. And, she sniffed him. She was like, you need to put on a little more cologne. I'm sorry. Tommy walked in and he was just looking like, what is this? What are those? Anyway, he goes to the men and asks who all stepped up. So they let him know that Christina Ina stepped up, Diamond stepped up, Dominique, and Emily. Because y'all know Emily in her breast had a bad attitude last week. But she redeemed herself. She realized that she had to tone it down. Okay? I was glad about that because I was starting to side-eye Miss Ma'am. And so the people who did not step up was Diamond or Ashanti. So we get to the elimination carpet or whatever. Ashanti and Diamond step to the carpet and Tommy sends Diamond home. And this is where Diamond should go home and work on her facial expressions. Okay, watch episode 2 specifically and watch your facial expression, madam. This is where the episode ended. Y'all, I am so tired. I've had a long day. But with all that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think. All right? Bye.